and the Mavs with the return of their leading man again because Kawhi Leonard is playing for the first
night 2 of this back-to-back matchup.
Well, quite a bit. Very disruptive. So you're going to have to play with force if you are the Mavericks this season.
Steal by Chris Dunn. Sean Wright, Marat Kogut, Brett Nansel are the officials. Not to say that the first 4 or 5 minutes will tell us everything, but I am intrigued to see that, as I know you are, in terms of force, disposition, etc. from the Mavericks' perspective.
They have to have that.
James Harden will put it down, and it's Lively there to challenge the shot. They get it right sometimes.
Sometimes they get it right.
On the bounce, Anthony Davis right to the basket. Very fluid drive.
Unguardable against most defenses.
34 points, 15 rebounds, 5 blocks on Wednesday for AD in his last game. Three-pointer, Norman Powell. PJ ensures that's a one-and-done trip for the Clippers.
You're going to see a lot of this.
Clippers won 114-91 last night. It wasn't a wire-to-wire win, but it darn near was. The last time the Mavs led in the game was 6-5. Lively, a catch on the edge of the paint. Defended well by Davis against Harden from the baseline. And standing his ground inside to secure the defensive board. Zubac leads the entire NBA in total offensive rebounds this year. He just had a defensive board and didn't need to have an offensive board. Knocked up out of bounds by Washington. And the Mavs turn it over for the second time in the early stages of the game.
Good
Steal,
job.
Lively, stepped around Zubac. Zubac's turned and quickly had something to say to the official. Now here's PJ. PJ lost it on the drive against Norman Powell. PJ picked it back up. It was dislodged by Kawhi. It's a three-point heave by Clay.
Got to get back.
Because right now a 3-on-2 is developing. Running to the corner is Powell. He'll drive in January 14th. We did not see him again until his return on Wednesday. Sat last night on the front end of the back-to-back. He played 14 and 13 points and boards last night. And here is a defensive player who attacked that pass.
He certainly did.
Leonard is on an undisclosed minutes restriction and his first time to play both sets of a back-to-back in over a year for the Clippers.
Like size, they can switch a lot, the Clippers. Although you don't want this matchup, they're going to double him right away.
Here comes Zubac to help Chris Dunn against AD. Bullet pass. Dinwiddie inside the assist on the easy finish for Love.
To the right guy in that situation.
A drive by Harden into the teeth of the game and 50% shooting. 15 on the shot clock. Najee Marshall's gone in. Zubac, of course, isn't going to take a three, but he drives it, lost it, scooped back up, missed by Kawhi. Tip-in missed as well. Even if you don't block the shots, AD's presence can put a player off, as we saw there. And out of a triple threat, that three is on.
You can do all the basics from it.
6 out of 19 on threes, Anthony Davis in his time with the Mavs. The Harden step back. And Dinwiddie secures a rebound. Dinwiddie a couple of assists. Now he's got his first board. Perhaps another assist. Around and out for AD on the three. Davis poked the ball away from Norman Powell. Picked up by PJ. Numbers right now for Dallas. Davis inside. He's fouled.
That stuff comes in handy when you play a team like the Clippers.
Mavericks have fared well this year on the salvage, a split and tie the game.
It's been all about Davis.
17 and 23, the road record for Dallas. Remember, they have 42 road games to play this year. Harden for three. Clipper home record. Clippers 45 and 32. 38-40 is where things stand for the Mavericks this year going into this game. A Harden three. A Clay three to respond. No, he's chased off the line by Chris Dunn. Good drive. Season going into play tonight, but despite that, is in the top 20 in the league. 20.
That can fill up a stat sheet.
4 assists, 2 blocks per game with Dallas, along with 19. 1 of 2 on the line, up with the left hand, rolls in for Kawhi Leonard. Missed his first 2 field goal attempts before that make. Screen and roll involving Dinwiddie and Davis. 24 minutes, and that low minute number certainly a component of why he's able to play tonight on the second night of a back-to-back. Too strong off the glass. Still free there for a moment. Ty Lue said that Kawhi's been wanting to play in back-to-backs, but the medical staff just wanted to make sure that the time was right, that he was checking all the boxes that he needed. Last night certainly were another component of the decision-making process. Walking into a 3, off target to the left for Davis. Over the top, that's caught on the run and slammed by Leonard.
Well, you got to get back.
From an 8-8 tie, 9 of the last 10 points of the game scored by the Clippers. A bit strong on the Davis layup attempts. Well, last night at a 10-10 tie, the Clippers went on a run that essentially ceased.
Especially getting guys in foul trouble.
Harden only had 12 points on 4 of 11 shooting last night.
He got some rest, too. He didn't play a lot of minutes.
He already has 10 in his opening 6.5 minutes of play this evening. On the drive.
All spearheaded by their ability to contain their opponent. Nice.
Field goal attempt of the game. And a well-run play out of a timeout for the Mavs.
I like it. Certainly need to get PJ on track.
Mavericks had already started going to their bench when Marshall went in for Lively. He's defending right now. Kawhi scores over him.
You know, coaches, they play cat and mouse games on you sometimes. There's nothing wrong with Kawhi.
No. He looks like the real deal Holyfield.
Looks like it himself.
Off the turnover for Dallas. Powell with a miss. Mavs have been loose with the ball here in the opening 8 minutes. They have 5 turnovers. Clippers very, very good at forcing turnovers. Powell defending Spencer Dinwiddie. A back down here, a quick turn. First 7:51 of the game. 2 guys off the bench for them. That big junior. When you get a healthy Amir Coffey, he will be in the mix as well.
And their roles are well documented. One shoots, the other does whatever needs to be done in Derrick Jones Jr.
Here's a double. Bogdanovic shot it well last night. He puts it down, and then Powell under the defense. Ty Jones taps it. Derrick Jones Jr. with an offensive board for the Clippers.
With that live body that he has.
A pair of free throws by Dinwiddie, and then Harden.
The Clippers already with 20 points in the paint in this contest.
And that is too many so far. 4-3, up and no good. Mavs are 1 of 5 on threes in the game. Davis has made 1. Last night, Dallas was 4 of 20 from distance. Caleb Martin defending Bogdanovic. Slapped out by Zubats. Caleb Martin, the advance pass to Najee Marshall. They had Kai Jones arriving, but they go with Christie. Then good ball movement and a Caleb Martin corner. Shot by Martin is off target. And then a bad pass. Big run for the Clippers since this game was tied at 8-8. Anthony Davis, 7 points early on. More than half of Dallas's scoring output. A jump stop in the paint for Najee Marshall. Kai Jones is well positioned for the put. 9 points, 5 rebounds in 22 minutes for Jones last night. Tonight, his 11th game. He had 12 games, the prorated number that he could be active when he signed with Dallas on a 2-way deal.
His ability to lead.
23-24 at the very end of the season. He signed with the Clippers.
Yeah.
Never saw any action. Didn't see any action with them until this year when he was on a 2-way contract. Jones, a native of the Bahamas. 2 years collegiately in Austin for the Longhorns. Marshall dribbled into traffic. Now Christie. Making himself available near the free throw line is Anthony Davis. And for Davis, that's 9. Flashing into the middle of the defense. Zubats, soft touch.